Okay. Hi, Tarak. Thank you so much for joining me today. Uh,
Uh,
the first thing that actually caught my attention was your LinkedIn post that kind of went viral. It was about you and your co-founder using a TV screen because you didn't have an external monitor to code. And that went kind of, crazy viral. In fact, I remember when I first saw the post, I checked your profile and you had, I think, around 3,500 followers on LinkedIn. And then 2 days later, I came
mhm.
back to your LinkedIn profile for whatever reason. You had 5,000 followers. And that was crazy. So I'm curious, was that a genuine post that you just like shared, or was it meant to be something that could, generate some social media interest, or was it just a combination of both?
The first of all, thanks for having me here. It's been a like honor for you. I used to do podcasts, and it's a different kind of different being the other side of the screen rather than hosting it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, regarding the post that you said, right? So, like, we are about to launch our product, and like, I just want to share what we are doing genuinely to the viewers. So, I just want to build in public.
Hmm.
Like, tell the mistakes that I did. Even I posted, like, we lost one of our first customers because of the miscommunication that I like totally messed up. I even like posted that as well.
Hmm.
So I want to post everything online
Hmm.
so that people or the first time founders or anyone can learn as well as they give the feedback.
Hmm.
So whatever the post that went viral, I got a lot of feedback.
Hmm.
I think it went like 250K, more than 250K impressions,
Wow.
and I think more than 10 investors connected with me, and like tomorrow I'm going to have a meeting with one of the investors. He's from UK,
That's
and I also got a collaboration with like I can't say the name, but
hmm.
I got also collaboration with a 130 CR a company.
Hmm.
So it's valued at 133 CR.
Wow.
So So the thing is that the biggest lesson is if you share what you're doing genuinely without being fake, I
Hmm.
think a lot of people will wants to help me. Like two people messaged me that they want to buy me a monitor.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm a big proponent of build in public as well. I think the other side of the argument, just because we're talking about it, is the other side of the argument is you're kind of sharing too much information with other people. They can take away your secrets, or it helps the competition. Have you thought about this, or are you just a big
Yes.
build in
So I'm
public?
I'm 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 conscious about what I'm sharing, okay? I'm saying, okay, we lost our first customer,
Mm,
but
mm,
I'm not saying how.
mm.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, this is the mistake that I made, or I'm not going to explain what exactly the mistake that I did, but what
Mhm,
I'm going to say is, okay, this is a mistake at this part,
mhm,
because the thing is, like, we live in a network world, right? So if if I try to help 10 people,
mhm,
so those 10 people will might help even the one, like, it's like a like chain connection that I would say. So I think like if we started helping each other,
mhm,
so that see, let's say I'm really good at email marketing. Okay. So if someone comes to me genuinely, okay, I want to do email marketing or I need some help, I'll do it.
mhm,
And let's say I don't know, like, Facebook, okay, I never used to.
mhm,
So what I do is I genuinely ask people who are really good at Facebook ads and everything.
mhm,
So it's like asking and like, giving to the people
mhm. That's
and just also just be aware of it because uh, the thing is, even the too much knowledge or too much information is also a problem.
no, that's fair.
So you should know like what exactly you should share to the people and
Mhm.
what exactly you should keep it as a secret.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's very fair. Tarak, let's take a step back and let's talk about
Hmm.
your journey and how you got here today. You're building DeleMate, uh, and
Yeah.
and I actually like went through some of your social media and I found kind of your mindset very positive and kind of inspiring in the best way possible. And I'm curious, like what in your journey caused that entrepreneurial spark? And my understanding is you also tried building other things before DeleMate, right? Or is this your first startup?
No, no, like I tried. The thing is, I experiment a lot with the products, with the ideas, with the people as well.
Okay. Okay, let's start.
So
Where'd your
yeah.
entrepreneurial journey start? Like, what was your first spark?
So my first spark, I would say, I first of all, I don't want to be like, there is no such thing. Okay, I don't even know the meaning of entrepreneur until I think 2019 or 20. I don't even know the word exists actually.
Mm,
So the thing is, uh, like since from the childhood, me
mm,
and one of my friend used to watch Art Attack. You
mm.
better know it's a Disney or
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So we used to build stuff there.
Okay.
So I build a lot of, crazy ideas. Like, I like, completely built a skating shoes with myself. Like I bought two wood plates and cut them off,
Uh,
and I bought some, what we call say, those reelings, right? The wheels. So I
uh,
bought those and plugged into my shoes. So it's kind of one thing I've understood and learned along the ways. I love building no matter what's the outcome might be. And I don't think much about the outcome.
yeah.
So that's where like it's got started. Then the thing is, one of the best thing I would say is I have done a BA degree, okay, which is completely different from what I do right now. Even it's completely like detached from the technology, okay. It's only have a English literature, politics, and history.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the best thing that happened to me is like, studying that.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because the thing is, if you ask any like BTech student,
Mm-hmm.
so they will say, okay, I'll take a lot of interviews, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I ask the questions, do you know Python? Okay. So what they used to think is, okay, I have studied Python in my course, I got 9 points.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, okay, I know Python very well because he got 9 points.
Mm-hmm.
But if I dig deep into and starting like, I'll share the screen and show to them, okay, explain me this part of code.
Mm-hmm.
What's the logic behind that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where they fail.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the best part is I don't know even anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my first laptop at the degree final year.
Wow.
So I was very curious. So I learned whatever the questions, because the thing is, if you don't know anything, you will get some silly, stupid questions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the curiosity started. So that's where like I learned about machine learning. I took a course, then I got a few internships. But the thing is, one day or the other in my heart saying that it is like I'm too young, as well as I don't want to settle something like very like very lean way. I want to take risk. I want to go and explore a lot of places as well. So I thought maybe I can give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So me and one of my friends started marketing agency.
Mm-hmm.
Then we started a community for ML.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where like these entrepreneur journey started. Then after dealing with those things, the thing is they are not very scalable. Okay, you make some money,
Mm-hmm.
which is like to sustain and to save some money, but they are not very scalable.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point, when I started these, I started reading books.
Mm-hmm.
So the more books I learn, like the more books that I read, the
Mm-hmm.
better the decision making became.
Mm-hmm.
So I took days, even months to take one decision.
Okay.
So I looked into every other possible way that okay, what happens this if I took this decision A, okay, what's the worst case, what's the best case, what are the consequences? I'll think of everything, making this before the decision.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say one of the best thing that happened, like learn from reading the books is like I believe that I'm good at making decisions than maybe like 30% of the people, more than 30% of the people. Yeah.
But more than
And
30%, I mean,
yeah,
that's not
yeah,
high
yeah.
enough. So 70% people are better than you at making decisions. Is that what you're saying?
No, no, no. I'm saying the people who read books and the people who are very conscious. So
Got it.
and the idea DeleMate is something like it's a really funny like how the idea got okay.
Uh-huh.
So like it's Dasara holidays and you better know like Dasara, right? So
Yeah.
it's Dasara holidays and like all the friends and every like my uncle, everyone is just sitting under a tree and talking about I just bought like I got my laptop from US, okay. One
Uh,
of my relative's friend's sister bought me. Okay, so I don't haven't seen her in my
Yeah.
life, but
Yeah.
they bought the laptop for me.
Yeah.
So the idea got started, okay, why can't we make a platform that connects people
Uh-huh.
even to send and even to receive the thing?
Sure.
So I thought it's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And by that time, like I just finished reading Almanac of Naval Ravikant. So if you haven't read that book, I think I probably read like 6 times till now.
Okay.
So it's one of the best books that I would say. And he always recommends about scalability, leverage all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
you can build a product which can be scalable, so you always need to find a product or you always need to work for a thing that is scalable. If
Mm-hmm.
it is not scalable, then I don't think so. You should work more on that because the output is very low because you're trading your time with the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the main reason that I stopped like doing the marketing agency. The thing is, okay, I have the age, I know what to do, I know how to get the clients.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, I think it's time to give it. It's time to get a big fish.
Got it.
So so I
So,
stopped it and started started doing research, talking to a lot of founders from UK, USA, Canada, Germany, Australia.
mm-hmm.
So I talked to a lot of founders and got feedback. And yeah, there is some upfront cost that needs to be put.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, like we just started with the domestic right now.
Mm-hmm.
So once we get some traction, once we get some orders and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
once we get the funding, we'll soon. We have a lot of plans on the way, on the go. Not
Got
only that, like a lot of plans.
So, Tarak, let me summarize your journey based on what I've understood, and just let me know if I understood right or wrong.
Hmm.
You did a BA, and with natural curiosity, at the end of your BA, you started like learning about machine learning, AI, whatever you could online. One
Yeah,
thing led to another, and you started, hosting some courses or maybe like teaching some folks about this stuff. From
yeah.
from there, you started a marketing agency of sorts, just because you
Mm,
thought it was more scalable, and then you realized, building something else that there might be something that's more scalable, and then you ended up at DeleMate. Is that kind of your journey?
yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
So, just another question. Originally, when you're doing your BA, because you mentioned you had no
Hmm.
idea about entrepreneurship or none of this stuff, what was your
Yeah.
original plan? Like, what were you originally going to do?
So as I said, I don't know the entrepreneur word,
Uh-huh.
but I used to say businessman.
Businessman.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you always interested in this world. You just didn't know the term.
Yeah, I don't know the term because there are a lot of terms even till now I don't know. Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
So someone will say TAM, someone will say SAT, someone will say CUM. So there are a lot of words. Okay.
No,
So yeah, it's good to know all those words, but it's not very necessary. If the time comes, you will learn on the way.
yeah. No, that's interesting. The other question I have, I saw that you recently launched the app for DeleMate. Uh,
Yeah.
Congratulations. And if anyone's listening, this is it's spelled DELEMATE, and you can find it on the Google or the Android App
Mm.
Store. I don't know if it's available on the iOS App Store as
Yeah,
well.
it's both available on
Cool.
both.
And I remember seeing from one of your posts that you and your co-founder have been building this for almost a year, right?
Yeah.
And you just launched it. So I'm curious, like, what was kind of that journey? And 1 year, in my opinion, feels like a long time. You said you have no investors, you've raised no funding. So like, what was that journey like? And was this something you did part-time for a year, or like, just curious?
Yeah. So I'll be very honest, okay. I've made a bunch of mistakes,
Okay.
okay, and some pre-commitments and some sort of, like for some sort of given words that I had given to the people,
Hmm.
like, I have to spend a lot of time on other things as well.
Got it.
So yeah, so that's where it got delayed. And the first thing is I told you, right? So since we started internationally,
Hmm.
so I think we kind of did the work for almost 4 months on that. Because for international, we didn't. The first thing is, our developer is not a app developer. Okay, he's just a web app developer. So the thing is, he don't know how to develop apps.
Yeah.
So he kind of learned everything and almost did like 96% or 95% of the entire app right now. So
Wow.
the thing is, first we started with the international. So I took I talked to a lot of people. I did some surveys. And for the international, the app is completely different because we just need to store the data.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a tracking, we don't have a like KYC, all these verifications and everything, live tracking, all these features are not there. Just a database and fetching those at the right time
Mm-hmm.
based on the requirements of the other ones to send. So that's how it started. And then I thought like I got some lot of feedback from the people who lived there
Mm-hmm.
with the founders as well with the users. So I thought it's not very safe to start with international until we have some infrastructures like scanners and everything because the customs is going to be really crazy if you
Mm-hmm.
what happens if even 0.0001% wrong. So that's the biggest stop that stopped me going for international. Then we kind of moved to domestic.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So you put.
Then to, yes, to understand the market, to understand the people and everything. So, like, I kind of like took a franchisee, courier franchisee with the help of a friend.
Okay.
So, so there, because I've been I was there with my friend.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to help him. I need to spend a lot of time there
Mm-hmm.
as well. And I used to took a lot of customers. I need to understand the market. So everything. So it's like I wouldn't say it's a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's like gaining the practical experience from the real world, from the ground.
Yeah.
Then after got get some experience. Then I got got clarity. Okay, okay, this is what we want to build. Then I went out, went to car stands, bus stations, railway station, and started giving some parcels to random strangers and asked them to deliver them.
Wow. And you're just
I,
experimenting to see what happens?
yes, and so the thing is, what I did is the first thing is I called my friend saying that okay, the bus arrives at 5 or 5:30.
But
So he said,
Tarak,
okay, come.
quick stop. Can you just share what DeleMate does in a line or two for anyone who might be watching this? Because I'm looped in.
Yeah, I'll tell after after telling this story. Okay.
Sure.
So the thing is, have given random parts giving parcels to random people just by taking phone numbers. Okay. So to see how people are behaving,
Mm,
what's their customer person and everything. So what I did is I called my friend on the other side of the where I want to send. I
uh-huh.
told them, come on the correct time. So
Yeah.
it's maybe 5 p.m., 5:30, just be on time. The
Yeah.
first customer.
Yeah.
And the second customer is said that
Uh-huh.
delay for some time, like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Just to see what happens.
Let's see what happens. And the third customer that I did is
Yeah.
don't come at all.
Wow. Okay.
He came after 2 days. Like he came reached at 5 p.m.
Uh-huh.
one day. Yeah, means 2 days.
Yeah.
So he came after 2 days. So
Yeah.
I want to see
Yeah.
what they do with that parcel that I've sent.
Mm, mm,
You
mm.
don't believe the customer who came after 2 days. He
Yeah.
called me 6 times
Uh-huh.
saying that, hey Tarak, you said your brother will come. He didn't came yesterday, like
Uh,
5 p.m.
yeah.
So I went to home. I just waited for some time.
Yeah.
Then he called me again in the morning at 7 a.m. tomorrow. He again in the evening,
Yeah.
again in the night.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, okay, brother, he will come. He's just busy or something. So I was just setting up because I want to know what he do with the parcel.
Mm.
And on the second day, I got the my one of my relatives went and took the parcel. And the
Uh-huh.
first thing is I checked is, did he try to open that?
Mm. Mm.
And the answer is no. So
Wow.
he never tried to open. So
Uh,
that's where I got the confidence because people will trust people, and it's been there for years. My dad is a bus driver, and lot of people used to give parcels to from give to the my dad and
yeah.
said to okay give it to that bus stand or medical shop somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
And even if you see 20 years back, there is no good courier service there, right? So what they used to do is they just give some random auto guy, random bus guy, random
Uh-huh.
cab driver saying that okay just give it in a center at that medical shop or just
Uh-huh.
give in a chai stall. So it's been there for years,
Uh-huh.
and the only thing is we just need some sort of convenience, some sort of technology that we are just adding like tracking,
Formatization.
KYC. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I'm not I'm not doing any revolutionary thing or inventing something
I,
big.
I,
It's very boring business,
uh-huh.
and it's very unsexy business that I would say.
I mean, it's
But
just
it solves problem. It
yeah.
solves problem. So that's what it want. And even like I just like I started reading this book,
Uh-huh.
like the book of clarity.
Uh-huh.
So even he says, maybe somewhere else, I just read.
And then does the line say building your startup using first principle thinking? Is that what it says on the cover?
Yes.
Okay. No, yeah, because I yeah, man, when you like share that experiment with me, like I felt something. I can't explain the feeling, but I was like I was fascinated to hear that experiment you did, and that's pretty cool. Uh,
Hmm.
Also, quick follow-up question for the guy who was kind of like delivering the parcel. Was he paid upfront, or was he going to be paid at the end, or like when does he collect his payment?
No, the thing is, I paid upfront.
Okay,
Still, it's an experiment
got it,
because
got it.
the thing is,
Yeah.
uh, because if he wants to get money,
Uh-huh.
he always call him because if I give this and I'll get 200,
Hmm.
I always call because I'll get the 200 if I give this.
So he doesn't get the money till he delivers the parcel.
No, 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 no. The thing is why I did an experiment because I
Yeah,
already gave him the money.
got it.
I just took his phone number
Uh-huh.
and even give a missed call. Okay.
Mm.
And I given the parcel as well to him.
Uh-huh.
So I want to understand he got the money.
Yeah.
So if he didn't get the money, so he will call to the customer or the receiver saying that, okay, yeah, hey brother, your brother gave this parcel
Yeah.
because he wants to get the money that comings after delivered.
Got it.
To understand the customer,
Uh-huh.
I already gave the money which he wants.
Got it. Okay, just to see
To
what he'll do,
see,
because now it doesn't matter anymore. Like he doesn't have
so
to care about.
yeah, yeah, even
Oh,
like it doesn't matter for him, but
yeah.
still he called 6 times for me.
Wow. Wow,
So
dude.
that's where like that pushed me more further, and I left everything, what I was doing. Now went to Bangalore
Uh-huh.
and made some few connections, made some few friends.
Uh-huh.
Then I've like get prepared for launch and came to Hyderabad and launched the product.
That's pretty cool, man.
So
And
yeah, like I just want to read one line here.
go for it.
Like I fell in love with this line. It's a really good book if you maybe love the viewers maybe like love
Yeah.
to read books. Then
I'm
I
trying.
thought
I'm
it.
bad at it, but I'm trying.
So the thing is, what fuels capitalism is not a shiny new thing, but the old one done in a better way.
Mm,
Like, you should always ask, like, what's going to change in the next 10 years?
mm,
Like, Jeff Bezos says this,
yeah.
but I almost never get the question, what's not going to change in the next 10 years?
Mm. S-
See, the clothing, the shelter, all the
Interesting.
basic needs. So those are not going to change in the next 10 years or even maybe like, 20 years as well.
Mm-hmm.
The food, maybe the type of food will be changed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe let's say like in old days, like we used to eat rotis and
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are eating pizza.
Yeah.
So the same like same ingredients, but we make it in a different way. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing is the consume, like eating is not stopped, right?
Mm.
So maybe after 10 years we might have rather than pizza, there might be something that who can invent some sort of dish or something like that.
Mm.
So but the eating won't stop. So you should always think what's not going to change in next 5 years or next 10 years.
Wow.
I also written a like post maybe a few days back saying that why you shouldn't run what's the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
Now like AI is the hardest thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is running after those.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a good LinkedIn post. If you read, then most of the people will understand because everyone like if you see like everyone is building products on sort of on top of like APIs, bringing and combining 2 to 3 APIs, making some workflows and like calling it as a startup and everything. Like it's good. Okay, if you will make some sort of money,
Yeah.
but in a very limited time.
Yeah.
Do you remember like when ChatGPT like gave an update to upload the documents and analyze those?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like maybe like it's almost like maybe a few months back,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like almost 1 year. The
Yeah.
thing is, once they give that option,
Yeah.
on that day, I heard the news it's more than 1,500 startups died.
Wow.
It's more than that, I
Wow.
would say.
Uh-huh.
So even if you see like maybe 15 to 12 days back or something like that, if you see Google I/O released VO3
Mm-hmm.
and Gemini 2.5 Pro and a lot of, like 15 updates, right? So if you think VO3, it's I think it's one of the best video generation model that you can online available,
Uh,
because the thing is
uh,
they have a lot of resources, they have a lot of data, they have a lot of team to make it even more better.
yeah,
So in a customer point of view, the thing is, if he's giving half of the price with a better, like, product, better output, why should I choose you? And Google has a lot of reputation as well.
sure.
So the thing is, a lot of startups or anything, they are doing a free R&D, free
Uh-huh.
customer acquisition, free
Uh-huh.
validation for the big companies.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people see the ChatGPT, they don't know, like they don't have an option. Maybe they might be in a roadmap, but like as internally, but most of the people don't know that they have an upload button,
Got it. So,
because it's like a chatbot. But the thing where like a lot of startups being like there are like more than 5,000 startups there on uploading, like uploading the documents, uploading Excel sheet and started analyzing the things.
mm-hmm.
So they found that there is a need in the market.
Mm-hmm.
So these startups are doing all the research, all the R&D, are taking all the risks and acquiring customers, and they simply add that feature. That's what happening here.
Got it. So you are a believer of like, don't try to guess the future and do things, but think about what's not going to change in the future and how you can make that better. Is that would
No,
that be a good
yeah. So
summarization?
no. The
Okay.
thing is, I'm not saying that, okay. But the thing is, if your end goal is money,
Mm-hmm.
okay. The
Mm-hmm.
thing is, if like everyone wants to make money,
Yeah, yeah,
so rather than just going, see, most 99% of the predictions are false,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So maybe even if you took maybe the 1% right. So the thing is, if rather than predicting it, what works next,
yeah.
just step backward and see what's not changing in the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like if you see, like, like brushing your teeth won't change since from your childhood.
Yeah, yeah.
And Colgate, if you think it make a lot of money,
Sure.
right? And they are not innovating anything. They are not doing a lot of stuff. But
Yeah.
even if you see the hair wash, there might be
Yeah.
a lot of things. Just find one dissatisfied customers
Mm.
and start with that.
Yeah, I mean that.
Maybe like now the thing is, if you see like a lot of people having like juggling teeth,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now the normal brush that we have is not very suitable for them,
Got it. You
like
said
very
what?
comfortable for them.
Sensitive
It's
teeth?
no, juggling teeth, like up and down teeth.
Okay, okay. It's not flat.
Yeah, it's not flat.
Got it.
So the current brush is not very comfortable for them.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you gonna do that? And the another idea is like, a lot of people have maybe like a lot of people are having like now braces. Okay, they're
Uh-huh.
just trying to make it more good.
Yeah,
So if you have braces,
yeah.
then the brush that you used to is not very suitable.
Sure.
So you might invent a brush that is only suitable for if you wear braces.
Got it. Got it. That's
So
interesting.
that's a new opportunity. That's a new opportunity. And it's not going to change. Even if he has the braces or not, he has to like do the
Yes,
brush.
yes.
So
Got it.
that's where like you need to find customer type of persona and see what's working and what's not working and see what's not going to change.
Mm-hmm.
And so that it's easy to convince a customer who has braces and try my new product
Got it.
because it's made for them.
Got it. No, that's a very fascinating insight, Tarak, and that's definitely something that I will continue thinking about even beyond this call. I want to touch upon two quick topics before we run to the end of our time. One, right before we started this podcast, we spoke for a minute or two, and we are talking about accents, and and that's
Mhm.
something you wanted to talk about. And I even from my understanding, right, when someone's growing, someone's learning a new skill, like it's always a little messy, right, whatever that is, and socially, especially in like India, and from my experience, people make fun of you, right, and that kind of prevents
Yeah.
your growth. Uh, and it is part of the culture. Some people just do it like just to pull your leg, and some people are like actually trying to maybe push you
Mm.
down, right? So I'm is it, and you definitely seem to be someone who has grown a lot in your journey. based on what I've heard, and that means you've learned a lot of skills and a lot of new things, and that means you're like always learning something. There's always something that you know someone has a reason to make fun of you for, so to speak, right? Yourself or really anyone in the world of entrepreneurship, right? So
Sorry, you?
I was saying not just you, like anyone in the world of entrepreneurship, especially of Indian origin based in India. So my first startup, I tried to sell pani puri. I tried to build a brand of pani puri, and a lot of people made a lot of fun uh,
So the thing is,
about
I would say, okay,
yeah.
yeah, it's not fun. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The only thing that's in their people's mind is
Hmm.
this guy is doing something on his own,
Mm.
and I can't do on my things on my own. I'm stuck in a job, I'm stuck in EMIs, I'm stuck in like, and I'm not able to take that risk and going out and getting a like slapped on the face in public.
Uh-huh.
So he's in that underground and making himself bad,
Mm.
and to comfort him, he just throw it on you. That's the simple fact.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like I told you about the accent, right? So I get a lot of hate comments saying that why you're showing off, why is kind of attitude, try to speak normal.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to I'm trying, like it's my normal language. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. I mean,
The thing
speak
is
how you want.
like,
Who cares?
yes, the thing is like since from the beginning I told you, right, I worked in international startups,
Uh-huh.
and I worked with international clients.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very less Indian friends online.
Mm-hmm.
So like I know people from Canada, USA, Australia,
Mm-hmm.
Thailand,
Uh-huh.
UK. So like I used to speak with them, and I don't know, like it became it's
Natural
become
accent.
natural.
Got it.
Yeah, it's not like I'm not trying to do this, okay, trying to impress someone. I'm
Yeah.
not doing that. It just came like the way that I used to be.
No, that's interesting. And just a follow-on question. You spoke about working with having a lot of international friends. How
Yes.
how did you meet these people online? Like how you
I
connected with them?
So I was very active on Discord back then. Now now I exited all the servers.
Yeah.
But then like I met few incredible people, and I always look for genuine connections. Okay, it's
Hmm.
not like even if I go to meetups or someone else, I don't try to meet a lot of people saying that, hey, I'm Tarak, what's your name,
Yeah.
what you do, then go find another person. I'll
Yeah.
try to pick two or three people,
Uh-huh.
and I try to speak as much as possible and try to know them as much as possible, so that if I think he's a really good guy,
Yeah.
then I keep touch him. I
Mhm.
keep trying to help him. I'll try to get feedback, or
Yeah.
even they might help me. So I'll keep genuine connections
Yeah.
and try to be as much as transparent as possible.
No, that's interesting. And the last question I have, Tarak, you've done a bunch of podcasting yourself. I am very early and very new to the world of podcasting. So I'm curious, what feedback do you have for me? Is there anything you think I can do better or anything that I can work on?
Uh, there's no such thing, okay? The thing is, I have never done this for podcasting is like a reason for me to talk with that person. I would say this is I would say it's pure selfish thing, okay? I
Uh-huh.
don't want to tell this, but this is a pure selfish thing.
Mhm.
I want to speak that with person.
Yeah.
I want to ask all the questions that I have in my mind with that person.
Yeah.
And the podcast is a reason
Uh-huh.
or a platform that I use to
Mhm.
have a communication with them. And once he come, I'll ask the genuine questions. I'll ask the most uh reasonable questions that I have in my mind.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I will benefit from that,
Yeah.
from it, and also the user, also the viewers that are viewing
Yeah.
also benefit, because these are genuine questions like everyone have. Like I recently did a podcast on SEO, podcast on how to live a life better, and did a three episodes how to find the love, what is attraction and what is love.
Yeah.
So if you watch those three episodes, I think you get a lot of clarity on love and attraction and everything, how to get how to choose your wife and everything,
Mhm.
because it's so important for everyone.
Yeah. No,
That's a pure selfish thing. That's a pure selfish thing, I would say. But
no.
the thing is, it's going to help a lot of people.
No, it's very interesting that you say that, because in the last podcast I did, someone asked me, like, why are you doing this podcast? Like, why are you doing podcast? And I gave pretty much the exact same answer you give which is I want to talk to people that I find interesting and I want to ask them questions. It's very weird to say, hey, can I just have 30 minutes of your time to like pick your brain versus can I have 30 minutes to have you on my podcast? And basically asking the same questions that intrigue me. So very
Mm,
fascinated by that answer. But anyway, Tarak, thank you so much for being here, and I really enjoyed speaking to you today.
yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. And yeah, it's good to talk with the other side of the screen. So always love to share the thoughts that I have, the lessons and everything. So yeah,
Awesome. Thank you. Bye.
yeah, thank you. Bye bye.